Hi, everybody. Rush on the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well, my friends. If you're new around here, where the hell have you been? But thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. If you like what you see, give it a like, give it a comment. If you really like us and you want to subscribe and listen to us waffle on every day, then hit the subscribe button. Over 50% of you who are watching now aren't subscribers, so if you could, it'd be lovely. We're almost at 14,000 subscribers, which would be lovely to do in the next day or so. It's Monday. We won a bloody game of football. I know it's against Everton. I know, but we won a bloody game of football. That's a start, isn't it, my friends? It's a start. Is it a flash in the pan or is it an upturn? We shall find out next game. But anyway, I did my ratings yesterday, so please check them out and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Anyway, it's Hammers Headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. Just over a week until the transfer deadline closes. I recommend you definitely watch Sky's documentary about the deadline day. It's fascinating. And I bring to you three stories today. Let's start with a player we've been linked with last week quite heavily. So according to reports, we were leading the chase for Roma's 23-year-old Italian Nicola Zaniola, and reports claimed that we and Spurs were top of the pile in terms of suitors for the Italian. He was once dubbed the Prince of Rome and was seen as the next heir to Francesco Totti, but has failed to produce under Jose Mourinho, and the fans have turned at him a little bit. So maybe a move away would help re-spark his career, so to speak. And according to several reporters, including Di Maurizio, saying that us and Spurs were leading the chase. But apparently, he's only gone and rejected us. And, he said he's rejected boss David Moyes, but vis-a-vis, he's rejected us. And could now sign for Spurs. Or maybe Brighton, who have entered the hunt for him. I said hunt. According to Calcio Mercato, his agent was in London and was talking to West Ham, was talking to Spurs, was talking to Brighton as well, apparently. But as it said, now it has emerged that the playmaker and Roma have both rejected the offer from West Ham, which could now see him sign for Spurs, for example. Which would make sense. Antonio Conte, or Davy Moyes is going to go with his Italian mate, isn't he, to be honest? Now, I don't know if you've read about this apparent deal we put together for him. I'm very surprised that Roma turned it down, really. According to Corriere dello Sport, the Hammers put together a loan proposal. So a loan now until January 2024. So a year-long loan rather than the 6-month loan to the end of the season. A year-long loan with an obligation to buy for 30 million euros, about 25 million quid, on the condition that by the end of December, we'll have 30 points in the bag for the Premier League. So firstly, if we go down, it's never going to happen. But so we take you on loan. We can have you on loan, but we're only going to pay if we're doing well in the league. If we're not doing well in the league, then we're not going to pay. So unsurprisingly, Roma have turned that down. Now, because we've only got 18 points after 20 games now, No. Roma apparently have already set up have already lined up their replacement in former Watford and West Ham transfer-linked player, Gerard Deulofeu. So they've already got him set up. So the chances are he's probably going to Spurs. By looks, I'd imagine. But frustrating, but we obviously didn't really fancy him that much because we didn't put too much of a good bid in for him, really. And then there was the risk involved in not signing him, which seemed a very bizarre thing, in all honesty. But hey-ho, we move on. Let's talk about strikers. So, obviously, we did sign Danny Ings on Friday for 12 million quid, rising to 15 million based on add-ons. Proven Premier League goal scorer. He's pretty much got 1 in 2 of goal involvements in his career. Just slightly less, but pretty much 1 in 2, which is fantastic for a striker for his pedigree across such a long career as well. Now, a report has claimed that West Ham need to make a crazy offer to sign the Troyes striker Mama Balde. Um, Apparently, according to the report in French media publication Les Eclairs, it is Eclair. The is Eclair. I don't know. Um, the is a cake. It said we need to sign put a crazy offer in for any chance to get him. The media outlet has clarified this by their assumption of crazy being around 30 million euros, 26 million quid, which is absolutely scandalous. Really, in all honesty, the fact is he's only scored something like, was it 38 goals in 215 career games? Considering Danny Ings has played 350 games, and it's something like 150, 170 goal involvements over that time. Then and for 12 million quid, and I appreciate Balde is younger, but he's got pace, he's got power, but he struggles, to put it in the back of the net. What's he gonna? Is he much of an improvement on Antonio? No. And you're paying 26 million quid for the privilege. So I think no way. I think even like 15 million quid is probably topping it, in all honesty. But we'll wait and see. Yeah. You look at, another player we've been linked with is Termo Moffi. And there was a fake story. I've got the picture here. There was a fake story going around yesterday that we'd signed him, and it was accompanied by this picture, which is a Photoshop picture. I believe that's Kurt Zuma when we signed him last summer in last year's kit. So they didn't bother getting a picture of Zuma in this year's kit. You can get a picture. I could do it in Canberra in like 2 minutes. But apparently there was a story going around claiming that he had signed for us and he'd left the club. Indeed, Nice, who were the other potential suitors to Moffi, or official suitors, they have apparently signed long-term target Youssef En-Nesyri, which is a bit weird. It's like when you do, like, you meet your work colleagues, meet your mates outside of work, or it's like two transfer rumours have met together. Very strange. So apparently Nice have signed at Youssef En-Nesyri, who apparently rejected us because he wanted to stay at Sevilla and help them out in their precarious position in the Liga. But then Nice, which is quite nice. It's a bit like Seville, but in France. I'll go there rather than, what's wrong with Stratford? What's wrong with freezing in Stratford at the moment? But yeah, so apparently he's gone there. So Nice don't want him. Lorient apparently didn't want to sell him to Nice and would prefer him to go to West Ham. So I think this one's going to go to the wire a little bit now. And we've got, in essence, we've got Derby on the Monday coming next Monday, and then we've got obviously the game at the weekend. So we've got sort of 2 weeks really. So, and obviously the transfer window closes on the Tuesday next week. So I think this one will probably go to the wire. That said, he'll probably sign tomorrow night, though my track record at the moment. But he did miss the clash this weekend with Le Coupe de France, the Coupe de France clash with Bastille. The Lorient boss, Roger Lebris, admitted that Moffi was disturbed by speculation of him making a move away from Lorient this January transfer window, and but the official line was he was recovering from an illness. Plenty of it going around, isn't it? Plenty of it going around. And finalement, we have the open secrets, so to speak, that Declan Rice is probably going to go in the summer. And Arsenal are looking at maybe being the most likely at the moment, particularly if they win the Premier League and Champions League maybe next, or they get into Champions League next year, maybe. And he doesn't, he can still stay in the area. We'll see. But according to several reports today, West Ham have set their sights on Scott McTominay being the replacement to Declan Rice. On Saturday against Everton, he was up against Amadou Onana, who I thought, in a really crap Everton side, stood head and shoulder. I know he's fucking to anyway, so he actually does stand head and shoulders, but on a footballing play, I thought he was. You can see why we were interested in him in the summer, and obviously he rejected us for Everton because they were paying better wages, pretty much. His family are there. He's his agent, so they want obviously as much money they can out of for their their brother. So fair enough. But I think if Everton go down, I think there'll be a few other clubs interested in Onana as well. His running stats and are fantastic as well. So and he's still very, very young. Another option was Moses Caicedo from Brighton, but apparently we're going to be priced out of the move for him, and he'll probably end up going to Chelsea with the whole Graham Potter link there if he's still there. But according to the MHU employee, the Hammers board believe McTominay is the answer. He's been a key member for the first team at Man United for a few seasons now, but found himself slightly out of favour this season with Ten Hag taking the helm at Old Trafford. But he's come out and said that McTominay is still a very, very important part of the squad and can play a crucial role in the second half of the season. So it's not the most... he's a good player. I wouldn't say it's a very underwhelming rumour, but then again, I think if we get like 100 million for him, I don't know what we quoted for McTominay, but you'd assume then that would give more money to spend improving the side. You've also got Flynn Downs coming in as well there, who could play that role. You've still got Paqueta there, McTominay. So yeah, it's a functional replacement, I'd say potentially. It's not one I'd be like, oh my god, brilliant. But I can see the reasonings why. Personally, I'd like us to go out and get an Onana. I really would. I think he'd be brilliant. He'd be brilliant. And that's it, my friends. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Stay warm. Mark your card for Wednesday night, 9 p.m. We've got David Connolly on the show. So I'm really looking forward to talking to the Angry Ant. Doesn't do many interviews, so I'd be interested to talk about his time at West Ham. He picked his Mimes 11. Hopefully it'll be live, fingers crossed, based on his Wi-Fi, and you'll be able to ask your questions live as well. So take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, my friends, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.